a chronological investigation into the most intimate ritual humanity ever automated. You know the precise flavor of this dread. The hand reaches back, fingers brushing against a bare cardboard tube. The empty roll spins with a hollow, mocking rattle. In this moment, pants around your ankles, options exhausted, you experience something close to genuine panic over a manufactured paper product that did not exist in any meaningful form for 99.9% of human history. Consider the scale of the inversion. Homo sapiens has walked this earth for roughly 300,000 years. Mass-produced, splinter-free toilet paper, the soft, perforated kind you panic about, has existed since approximately 1935. That means for the overwhelming majority of human existence, your ancestors performed this exact daily biological function and felt zero anxiety about a white paper roll. They had other tools, other rituals, and crucially, a relationship with their own body that we have almost completely surgically removed. The smoking gun sits in the latrines of ancient Rome. Archaeologists excavating Roman communal toilets kept finding evidence of an object that horrified and fascinated them in equal measure: the tersorium, a natural sea sponge fixed to the end of a wooden stick. Here is a detail that shattered modern assumptions about ancient primitiveness. Roman public latrines were social spaces. Long marble benches with keyhole-shaped openings sat side by side with no partitions. Citizens conducted business, debated politics, and discussed philosophy while collectively defecating. The tersorium was shared. After use, it was rinsed in a channel of running water or a bucket of vinegar and salt water and passed to the next person. The Roman writer Seneca documented this in a letter, recounting a Germanic gladiator who chose suicide by ramming a communal toilet sponge down his own throat rather than face the arena. Seneca recorded it not as a hygiene scandal, but as a meditation on freedom and death. The sponge was simply furniture. The earth has preserved the hardware of this history with uncomfortable clarity. Across ancient Greek archaeological sites, researchers recovered small, smooth, oval ceramic discs, broken pottery shards deliberately rounded for wiping. Some bore the names of enemies scratched into them, allowing one to symbolically wipe oneself with a rival's identity. In Japan and China, excavated wooden and bamboo spatulas, flat sticks scraped across the body, survive in latrine sites dating back over 1,000 years. The Parasite record. Here is the visceral toll. Analysis of these ancient hygiene tools reveals embedded whipworm, roundworm, and tapeworm eggs. Reused, communal, and abrasive cleaning methods were vectors for chronic infection. Skeletal and coprolite, fossilized feces, analysis shows that for most of history, the human gut was a teeming ecosystem of parasites, the literal, measurable price of the pre-paper world. The pre-modern body was not cleaner, it was colonized. Step inside the body of a medieval villager. The year is 1300. There is no role to run out of. Dawn. You wake with the light. There is no other clock. Your body's rhythms are not yet privatized. Defecation is not a shamefully sealed event behind a locked door. It is a communal, agricultural, openly acknowledged fact of life. Waste is a resource. Your night soil will fertilize the fields. Mid-morning, nature calls. You walk to the cesspit or a designated corner. What you reach for depends entirely on your station and your geography. And this is the forgotten intimacy of it. A handful of straw or hay, a clump of soft moss or leaves, a smooth, cool stone by the riverbank, a discarded shell or a tuft of sheep's wool. If wealthy, a scrap of wool or hemp fabric, rinsed and reused. The sensory truth: you are touching the natural world. You know the texture of the moss in autumn versus spring. You read your own health daily. Your body's signals are unfiltered, unhidden, intimately known. Illness announces itself directly. There is no euphemism, no sanitized barrier between you and your own biology. Evening. The waste cycle closes. The village ecosystem absorbs what the village produces. Your relationship to your own body is direct, unmediated, and entirely without shame, because there is no industry yet built to sell you that shame. It was unsanitary. It was parasitic. It was also, in one specific dimension, profoundly honest. In 1857, a New York entrepreneur named Joseph Gaiety introduced the first commercial toilet paper, medicated sheets, his name printed on every one. By 1890, the Scott Paper Company put it on a roll. And here the irony detonates. The tragedy wasn't failure, it was our staggering success. Toilet paper solved the parasite problem. It eliminated the shared sponge, the abrasive shard, the colonized gut. It was a genuine triumph of public health and comfort. But in perfecting the disposal of the experience, we engineered something we never voted for. We turned a natural function into a consumer dependency. You now experience genuine anxiety over a product's absence, a panic our ancestors literally could not comprehend. We sealed the act behind a locked door and built an entire architecture of shame around it, monetized by a multi-billion-dollar industry that profits from our discomfort. We severed the feedback loop. The medieval villager read their health daily, directly. We engineered a soft, white, single-use barrier specifically designed so we never have to look, never have to know, never have to touch. The role that liberated us from worms also imprisoned us in dependency and disconnection. The tool meant to clean us became the cage that estranged us from our own bodies. We didn't just invent toilet paper, we invented the panic of running out of it. In purchasing comfort, hygiene, and the blessed end of the communal sponge, we sold something quieter, the unmediated, shameless, daily intimacy with the one machine we will inhabit for our entire lives, our own body. The Roman on the marble bench knew his body completely and feared no empty role. You know your body through a barrier of bleached, perforated paper and feel a flicker of dread every time the tube spins empty. So, which of you, exactly, was the more sophisticated animal? And what did the softest paper in human history cost us to never have to feel a thing?